My name is Catherine Sullivan DiCarlo, and thank you so much for joining us for this Thursday meet and greet. And this is something new that we've been doing since the new year. Just a kind of Zoom session to tell families about programs that we offer that are not necessarily residential. And we've had a good turnout for these sessions. We did one on our wellness programs. We did one on recreation. Last week, we did one on supported living. And today we're doing one on community life. And if you missed those sessions, they were recorded as we will be doing tonight. And you can go on our YouTube channel. So if you go on YouTube and you look up Chapel Haven, you can see the recordings of the other sessions that we did. So we really appreciate everyone coming tonight. And Alyssa, if you could move to the next slide. And people are still filtering in, which is fantastic. Okay, so, and the point of these is if you're interested in Chapel Haven, but you are not totally wanting to do residential, or you want to do something on the weekends, or you kind of want something a la carte, we have a lot of offerings. And that's really the purpose of our meet and greets that we've been doing. So tonight, I'm going to be really excited to introduce Alyssa Parete, who is the supervisor of the Community Life Program. And she also has brought with her one of our Community Life students, Gabby. And Gabby will be able to, there's Gabby. Hi, Gabby. She'll be able to talk a little bit from the client perspective about the program. So Alyssa's going to go over what a day in the program looks like and lots of details about the program. So if you're interested in asking a question, I will be monitoring the chat and I'll keep track of people's questions. And I may ask Alyssa along the way what some of your questions are. So feel free to interact, because that's really the goal of this, is to give you a lot of information and then to see what you're curious about. And so with all of that, we are recording this session, and I am going to now turn this over to Alyssa Parete, who is our wonderful supervisor of the Community Life Program.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here tonight and have everyone here. This is the first time I've, got to do something like this since my time at Chapel Haven, so I'm super excited. My name is Alyssa Parete. I'm the Community Life Program Manager. I'm just gonna give a little background of my education and how I ended up at Chapel Haven. So I attended Southern Connecticut State University and I graduated in May of 2018 with my bachelor's in social work, and I have a minor in wellness. And then after that, I completed some coursework in a master's of recreation therapy. And then ultimately I ended up at Chapel Haven while I was in that program. So I started working at Chapel Haven in September of 2019 as a rec staff. So if you caught our previous sessions with Emily, I started working for Emily in 2019 after meeting her in a grad class. We were doing some volunteer work here and I just really loved it. And I said to Emily, do you guys have any opportunities? Are you hiring? And she said, we're hiring per diem. I would love to have you, come in for an interview. So that's when I joined with her. And then in January of 2020, I was promoted to a support coordinator. And that was with Sunny Richards, who is our director of community programs. So I worked in that role for about a year. And then in December of 2021, I started my role as the Community Life Program Manager. And, have been loving it, and I love my job and the clients. So that's a little bit about me and my background.
So Alyssa, were you a best buddy? Is that how you first started here?
No, I wasn't a best buddy. So one of my grad classes was doing a program with the rec department, and we would come, instead of going to class, we would come and we would work with the clients. And I had never worked with this population before, and I just fell in love with it. And I kind of just said to Emily by chance, like, do you happen to be hiring?
Wow.
And
Okay.
another like
Awesome.
little cool background story that people like to hear. My mom worked here about 30 years ago, and my mom was a
Oh,
support coordinator. And so
really?
I knew of Chapel Haven. And my boss now, so my boss is the director of community programs. Her mom, so Sunny's mom, who's my boss, was my mom's boss. So I don't know,
Oh.
it's like a cute little story, you know.
Circle of life. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's kind of my background with Chapel Haven.
Awesome.
Yes. So what is the community life program? So also a lot, we call it CLP for short, because community life program can tend to be a mouthful sometimes. So if you hear me say CLP, that's what I'm referring to, is the day program, community life program. So the community life program is designed to offer students a structured community-focused day for individuals who are either not working or working limited number of hours. CLP provides participants with the opportunity to explore, interact, and volunteer in the greater New Haven community. So if you're familiar with our REACH program, it's really good for if any parents on here who their students are graduating REACH soon. It's a really great program because it provides that same structure in the day that REACH tends to provide. So instead of, a lot of the times when clients move into the community, they're in their apartment and it's new, and they don't know how to go about making plans because you're in your apartment and you don't have everybody right there, kind of like you did in the REACH building. So it's nice because the community life program meets here on campus, and there's clients from all different programs, from the SAIL program, from the community, from the ASAP program, that all attend the day program. And then for anyone who might not have attended the REACH program and is just looking into our day program option, we have a handful of clients who come from the surrounding area. So we have some clients who attend the program who live in Hamden and Brantford and Milford, and they come from home, and they can either someone drops them off or they come via My Ride. And it really is a great opportunity to have all those different clients come together in one spot, and they get to kind of get a little snippet of what's happening, all over. So that's kind of what I like about the community life program. So we have 4 cornerstones. So the 4 cornerstones are to develop a healthy lifestyle, to increase interpersonal skills and socialization, to manage time, to enjoy the many offerings of the greater New Haven community. So just to speak to each of them a little bit. So we really are, like, one of our new things since I've taken role a year ago was focusing on the healthy lifestyle. And I'll talk a little bit more about it later on, but we do healthy cooking. We work on grocery shopping skills, picking out substitutions for foods that might not be as healthy. We also make sure to incorporate almost every day at least 1 hour of exercise. So that's kind of the healthy lifestyles piece, as well as work on things like personal hygiene, and all those skills as well. So to increase interpersonal skills and socialization. So that's kind of the piece where everybody comes up and gets to meet together from the different programs, and they get to all see each other and socialize and hear what's going on in everyone's life. Time management. So we work a lot on, because, setting alarms, making sure you're at the program on time, making sure that if you're going to be late, you let staff know, or if you have a doctor's appointment, instead you let us know that you're going to have to leave early. So those are some of the things we work on. And then last, to enjoy the many offerings in the greater New Haven community. So we do a lot of volunteering, and we have a lot of partnerships in different programs that we work with, which I'll speak about later in New Haven. And it's really awesome because a lot of these sites that I'll talk about later, as we're out and about, you see people that and they recognize our clients, and our clients recognize them. And it's one of my favorite parts of the job is we have a partnership with Desk, downtown New Haven Soup Kitchen. And one of the people that comes to the soup kitchen, we were out I think,
I go there.
yeah, Gabby goes to the
I
desk.
go to the soup kitchen and I help pass out food, or they pick it out and they put it in the bag. And then I put it in the, then I give them dog food for the dogs because they don't have food. So I kind of do that.
Yeah. So one of the people who comes to the soup kitchen, we were out last week. Actually, we were doing a mall walk, doing some browsing, and we saw someone we knew there, and they came right up and we chatted, and it just, it's a good feeling. So that's, one of my favorite parts too.
So Alyssa, we have our first question
Yes.
from Jackie, and she's asking, what is the typical age group of your population?
That's a great question. So the typical age group is, there isn't a typical age group. It ranges from probably like the youngest, I would say, is like 21, 22. And then up to, I think our oldest client we have in the program is 62. But, and we tailor, like, if there's, for clients who are older, if there's an activity that's not as appropriate, we would tailor and make sure there'd be something else going on for them. And we make sure to hit,
I'm actually 40.
Yeah.
I am one of the person that's a different age group, but I interact very well with people
Yeah,
of different
and-
ages. It doesn't really matter.
Right? You don't feel like it matters to you, right, Gab?
No, it doesn't. I
Yeah.
don't treat it as such as that. No.
And it's nice because there's a sense of, I think, mentorship that goes on as well. Like, and, some of the clients who've been in the program for a while kind of help the younger clients and the clients who are just
'cause they
entering the
sometimes
program.
go to me with certain problems, like they're stressed, they go and ask me, do you know how to help me with this problem? And I say, well, if you have a problem, get staff, or if someone's doing something you don't like, tell somebody, don't just sit there.
Exactly.
Use your words.
So
Okay.
did that answer your question?
And how many clients are there right now in
So-
CLP?
So I'll talk about that a little bit at the end,
Okay.
but right now there is, so we have 39 clients enrolled in the program, but every day no more than 21 attend.
Okay. So Audra's asking, what are the reach and sale programs, and is there a recommended order? So thank you for that question, Audra. The reach program is a residential program at Chapel Haven that tends to be about 2 years. And it can also be a day program, but it is a program to help our adults get ready for independent living. So they live in a 4-story residential campus on our campus. They live on a campus on our campus in apartments, and they're going through a very sequenced specific curriculum for 24 months, and then they graduate and move into either our supported living program, meaning that they're living in our Westville neighborhood and we're providing a la carte supports to them, or we have a number of adults, and I think Gabby is one of these, who moved into SAIL. And SAIL is a tuition-based lifelong program that you can join as well. So is there a recommended order? Well, we have people who graduate from REACH, move out into the community, but use community life to kind of either fill up their week or fill up little holes in their schedule, right, Alyssa?
Yep, definitely. Yep. And like
Okay.
Gabby likes to take classes, so she isn't enrolled full-time, because you like to, there's other interests that she has, like
Yes.
you take your theater class, and
Yes.
there's other things she likes to do. So that's what's nice about CLP. You can we work together to build it's individualized, and we build the best schedule for every client.
Okay. And
So,
then Uma is asking, did she hear it correctly when we said that some of our clients are from the supported living program in the CLP?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So it's a mixture. So there's clients from REACH. Oh no, there's no clients from REACH. I'm sorry. I apologize. There's clients from SAIL, clients from the community, and then clients who are day students who come from home, who were from the surrounding areas. So and then we have a few clients from our ASAP program as well.
Okay. Very good.
So I'm just talking a little bit about our volunteering in CLP. So the community life program, we get to partner with some really great organizations. So we work with, which I was talking about before, the downtown evening soup kitchen, and we go to the food pantry and we once a week and we help pass out food to people in need. We work with New Haven Reads, which is a great local organization that helps provide books for people in the New Haven area. We work with ASD Fitness, which is
I volunteered there too, wiping down
Yeah.
the machines and doing other stuff, like wiping down the ledges of the windows, and I wiped down all the other stuff.
So ASD is a local gym for children and adults with autism. It's geared towards that specific population. So it's really important, that they keep the gym clean because there's people, with immunocompromised issues. So we go there once a week and we help clean and keep the gym clean and volunteer because, a lot of our clients go there and it's just nice to help and give back to them because we have a great partnership with them. We also just recently started a program with the Milford Senior Center where we're collecting purses for them and we are helping donate to their purse drive, which will help them fundraise money for the senior center. We go to Edgerton Garden, which is a local garden here in the New Haven
I actually
area.
helped at it there too.
Yeah,
In the summer,
It's-
I do mulching in the winter, and I help with the weeding and all this other stuff.
yeah, exactly. So it's we actually have our own personal plot there that we get to grow vegetables and flowers. So that's cool because that's like something we get to do in the summer, and we go and we garden and we decide what plants we want to grow. But as well as having our own plot there, we also help volunteer. It's a conservatory, so we help volunteer with, like Gabby said, the weeding and the landscaping and different things we get to do with them in the summer. We partner with Brantford Read to Grow. So they help donate books to New Haven Reads, but they don't have a way to move the boxes. So we help, we go to New Haven Read to Grow once a week and we help sort out books so we could get them ready to go to New Haven Reads, which is one of our other sites. We work with the Red Cross.
I've done that.
yeah.
I've done the read thing too, where you drop off books to people that don't have them.
Yep. So
And
Gabby's.
then one of the sites is at one of my doctor's offices.
Oh, nice.
There's a bookshelf there.
Yeah. So one of the things we do is we drop books off to different organizations in the New Haven area who do not have books or do not have access to books, and we drop them off. So to like doctor's offices, childcare centers, and we get to pop in and say hi. We also volunteer at Friends of Edgewood Park, which is a local park, and we help do some watering for them in the summer. And then Holiday Forgiving, which is an organization in Wallingford, where they provide food
We
to
help
local
with
families,
taxes.
yeah, during the holidays. We have some other sites where I'm constantly trying to develop new sites. We, during COVID, we were hard hit. People, rightfully so, were kind of scared to have volunteers come in, or it just wasn't appropriate. So as the COVID restrictions lessen, we're talking with the Ronald McDonald's House and a few other places. So hopefully there'll be some new sites coming soon. And then just here are some pictures of us volunteering. So the top left is with us standing there kind of in a line. That's us at the Red Cross. They gave us a tour and we got to see the blood bank, which I was a little nervous because it was, they showed us where all the blood in Connecticut is stored, but we were all fine. We kind of made sure everybody wanted to see it, but it was a cool experience. And then the middle picture in the top row, that's actually one of my favorite pictures. So this year at Christmas time, on the holidays, all of the clients kind of came to me and my staff and said, we really want to do a food drive. It was really spearheaded by the clients. We sat down with the clients, we helped them, decide when the dates of this food drive would be, how long it would run. They helped decide what type of items we would be collecting, where we would want to donate the food to. And really all of the clients, it was completely their project and we were just kind of helping with the moving pieces. And we ended up donating, we ended up collecting like 8 laundry baskets full of canned goods and first aid equipment that we were able to give to the food bank. And then the last picture is us putting bags for the veterans together. And then at the bottom, that's us on our tour. In the middle is us at the garden, kind of doing some weeding and, you know, getting to be outside. And then at the bottom, that's us at Holiday Forgiving, helping sorting food for the families who the food would be going to. So some
Okay,
other
so
things, sorry.
That's okay. Jackie's wondering, do we have clients who attempted to be on their own, but eventually came back for support? So I guess what you mean, Jackie, is, I mean, people come to community life to have some structure in their week. And sometimes they work part-time and then, but they have nothing to do Tuesday, Thursday, or right, Alyssa?
Yeah, I would agree. So I think some of the clients, their schedules are changing because there are independent activities they want to do, or maybe they did get a job. Like a lot of our clients have jobs as well, but they don't, like you said, they don't work Friday and Tuesday and they want to fill their time. So they kind of use this program as a way to socialize and get to be with their peers during the day.
And then we have a question from Umera. I'm not sure. Umera, do you want to unmute and ask? Because I'm not sure what you mean.
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to know, you know, how clients fit into it. Yes, you have said that there's a lot of supported living program clients you have. And also by day clients, how do you schedule them? How does it get funded? Like, you know, do you have a case manager that get assigned to each client?
Yep. So, well, I'll get to that at the end a little bit, but basically our program runs from 9 to 3 every weekday of the week. And then there's an option to, if you're from out of state and you don't have Connecticut funding, there's a private pay option. But then if you have a DDS caseworker, I work hand in hand with the caseworker and we use what's DSO, day service organization hours. And I work with the caseworker to, get as many hours as we possibly can. So the program would be paid through the state of Connecticut. Did that kind of answer your question?
Yes,
Okay.
It did. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. So healthy cooking. So one of our favorite activities that we got to do with the clients is healthy cooking. So that was something we started about a year ago now. So about every other week we work together and at the beginning of the week, we will sit down and kind of have a planning period where we go around. Everybody gets to toss out different ideas of different recipes or healthy things they'd like, or maybe
I actually did the healthy cooking at one point.
Yes. And or maybe a recipe that isn't so healthy, and we kind of work together to figure out how we could make it healthy. And then we continue on to make the grocery list together and then go to the grocery store and do the shopping. And then later on in the week, we get to work together to make a healthy meal that we'll have for lunch one day of the week, which is everybody always really enjoys. And then I pretty much always try to incorporate 1 hour of exercise every day. That doesn't always happen because we do a lot of like day trips, or if there's a volunteer site that is going to run over, but I try to do activities that will keep the clients engaged and keep them motivated to exercise. So we do a lot of like Zumba, a lot of dancing, in the summer, they love to go to the Hamden Trail, or we'll go to local like state parks to kind of get out and exercise. So that's something that's really important to us in CLP. And then, so that was kind of, the volunteering and, all the more structured stuff, but we also do have a lot of fun in CLP. So we do a lot of really fun activities and day trips. So in the top left-hand corner, there's a picture of us. We had a mummy wrapping competition at Halloween. In the middle, we went to the New Haven Green to see the tree. Then there's us next to that. There's us hiking. And actually, so we were hiking in Edgewood Park, which is down, or taking a walk in Edgewood Park down the street. And one of our clients found this little trail, and it was this like beautiful hiking trail. And you know, the clients love it, and they found it on their own. Staff was with them, but now, so they love to go there during the summer. Below that is the clients at the holiday time. They asked if we could do a Secret Santa swap, and we put that together for them. We like to have Girls' Day and Guys' Day, which is in the middle. So that's the girl.
I actually did my nails one time with you.
Yeah, so the girls will go to get their nails done, and the guys will
We
go.
went to chocolate nails, and my mom is gonna bring me for my birthday weekend too.
Nice.
I told her where it is.
Awesome. So yeah, the girls will go get their nails done. The guys will go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch some sports and get some wings. We had next to that, we had a Halloween parade where everybody dressed
I
up.
did that.
That was fun, right,
That was
Gabby?
fun.
Yeah. And then on the bottom left, we have one of our clients who's participating in some crafts. And next to that, you can see we like to make crafts for each holiday or season and use those to decorate the room. So that's something that everybody always enjoys. And then next to that, that's us. That was our, we got to go to the Big E, and we do day trips like that, which are always really fun. So now, as we've met Gabby, here's Gab. So Gab's just gonna, talk a little bit
Hi.
about who she is.
My name is Gabby. I live in Sale. I am CLP Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And I have been in CLP for a while. And I like CLP. I like it a lot.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part about CLP, Gabby?
My favorite part of CLP is always together doing things.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. And what's your favorite volunteer site?
My favorite volunteer site has to be ASD.
ASD?
Yes.
What? Why?
Because I like cleaning the machines.
Oh, nice.
And they-
Awesome. And then you know what? Gabby has been in CLP way longer than I've been at Chapel Haven. How many years have you? I don't remember. If you don't, it's fine. Do you remember exactly how many years?
I started CLP a long time ago when Chris was around.
Yep, which was the previous supervisor. So, anything else? Gab?
And I also have been there since other people have done it. I've been with Norma. I've been with Maria, different staff. for a
Yeah.
long time.
So Gabby's kind of been in CLP for a while, and she, it's nice because like we talked about before, she still gets to do other activities that she wants to do, and we build her schedule, which works best for her.
Hey, Gabby, I have a question for Gabby. What's chocolate nails?
What?
Did you say you went to chocolate nails?
Chocolate Nails is the name of a nail place.
Do you
They
get
call it
chocolate?
that.
Do you get to have chocolate there?
No,
No.
just call it that.
Okay, all right.
That would be nice. So yeah. So looking at what a full day in CLP looks like. So the program starts at 9 a.m. and every morning we do something. We do our daily news and morning meeting segment. So we go over the news. We talk about current events. There's some dialogue and discussion that goes on regarding the news, and and then after we're done with the news, we do morning meeting, which we go around and every client gets to share, basically anything exciting that's happened to them, what they did the night before, their upcoming plans, and everyone kind of gets their time to
I'm
tell.
talking about stuff in morning meeting too, about my day, when things are going well too, as well as when they're not. And also people who help me what to do with tips, how to calm myself down, or things are really stressful and confusing, which I get confused sometimes. I don't mean to, but
Yeah, so that's their time to kind of ask questions for the day, ask about what's on the schedule. If there's an activity that they're not sure they want to do, and they'd rather switch and see what else is on the schedule. That's kind of what we also use that time for. So that wraps up at 10, and then from 10 to 12, we use that time for volunteer sites and activities. So this is when we'll put in our volunteer sites, and that's when we'll go out to the soup kitchen or to the food bank, or we'll do an activity, we'll do some cardio, and we use those times for kind of all the previous activities that I've talked about. And then we break around 12 o'clock for lunch. We all have lunch together. So if you're a day student and you're coming from home, clients we have a fridge and they bring their lunch and they put it in the fridge. We have microwave where we can heat up,
I bring my lunch
Yep.
because that's what they do now because
Yeah,
of COVID.
yeah.
I'm still doing it. And it's fun to put together your lunch and be ready for the next day.
Yeah, so the clients will pack their lunches, put them in their lunch boxes. They come in, they put it in the fridge. And then, staff helps heat it up just because there's a lot of lunches. And then we have lunch. This is kind of their time to decompress, like take the hour to just relax. Like sometimes, even though it's 2 hours, we're doing a lot of activities, or, the soup kitchen can be like quick and nonstop. So this is our time to decompress. People take this is their time to take their phone out, make a phone call, go outside, and if it's a nice day, and talk to their friends. So that's what we use that hour for. And then
Do people go, Alyssa, do people go up to the cafe, the Sunshine Diner?
The cafe. So we have a cafe here on campus, and if someone wants to order from the cafe,
I did that once. It was good.
Yeah.
I tried that.
Yeah, I'll take their order for them in the morning, and I'll call in the order so it's ready for them at 12. And then at 12, we go up with them to the cafe to help buy their lunch, and then they come back down with the group.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
there's lots of different, options of how you could bring your lunch.
Mhm.
And then at 1 o'clock, we get back together and break off into our groups, and we do some more activities for the rest of the afternoon from
And
about,
sometimes they ask me what I'm doing in the evening and I tell them,
yeah,
because as the younger students always want to know what I'm doing. And I tell them nicely and I say, well, I have dinner and I do life skills at
Nice.
night. So
awesome.
they always want to know what that is.
Good, that's awesome, Gab. So, and then we'll use that afternoon segment to go back out and do some more volunteering or some more activities. And that lasts from 1 to 3 p.m. And then the day concludes at 3. But kind of like Uma was asking before, there's different options and different ways to go about it. So we break it up into 3-hour segments. So you can be a half-day student, either a half day in the morning or a half day in the afternoon. So if you were a half day in the morning, you would come from 9 and stay till 12, and that would be the half day in the morning. Or if you're a half day in the afternoon, you would come at 12, join us for lunch, and then it would go till 3 and you stay till 3. So there's kind of ways to, if you have a class or something that you want to do in the morning that it overlaps with, that's a nice option as well, because you can break it up into half days.
Sometimes I get asked by interested families if we will go and pick up the student and bring them to Chapel Haven, and that is not something we do. We do have our own vans to get to all of these different volunteer sites and activities, but we don't provide bus transportation to and from Chapel Haven.
But a lot of our clients do use like My Ride or local transportation that, like, if we work with the caseworker to kind of help get them that service.
Mhm.
So just a little bit of the program background and ratios and program expectations. So currently there are 39 participants in the program. Each day there can be up to 21 participants in CLP, with the staff ratio of 1 to 12. That's like a bigger group. That's the biggest it'll ever get for when we break off into our small groups. And then clients who join the program, they strive to have autonomy, and they do not require one-to-one staffing. So then just some, basic rules and things we go by in CLP is we like participants to speak respectfully to staff and
Yeah, you
peers.
don't be rude to staff. If you
Right,
speak
and our
disrespectfully to staff, they'll write you up or they'll ask you to leave.
No, we won't write you up, Gab.
No.
We'll work with you to
Yeah.
make sure on some skills that we can
Correct.
adjust how we would want to speak to our friends. We would never write you up and
No.
tell you to leave.
There are some people that do that.
Yeah, there's obviously, but we work with them,
Yes.
right? Participants, Gabby, participants will respect each other's personal space and refrain from uninvited physical contact. So just, the basics of respecting boundaries, and participants will participate in program activities. So we just like to, obviously everybody has an off day and we get it, but
Sometimes I have off days, but I say, I'm having an off day right now. I need my space, and I don't yell. I just
Yeah.
say, I'm not having a good day right now, and they understand.
yeah, and you advocate for yourself,
Yeah.
definitely. But if it's like,
And it gets,
It's
if
just,
you're yelling, then no.
it's- yeah, exactly. So, but we just like to see that participants are, participating in the activities, because we want, the program is becoming more full. So we just want to make sure that if you have a spot in the program and you're coming every day and you're just kind of sitting there, we could work with you to find something else that might work, but that you're actually enjoying being in CLP and the
Mhm.
activities, what you're looking for. And then participants have a lawn score of 5 or less is kind of just one of the, kind of is what everyone's at in the program, looking at the lawn score.
And we did have a question from Audra. Does the program have a wait list?
There's no wait list right now. So right now, I think I have a few days where we are at capacity for like either the morning or the afternoon. So that's where we would work in putting, like, right now, there's no current opening for someone to be a full, what we would call a full 30-hour full-time student. But we have options where we could work around and kind of get them as close to 30 hours as we wanted to, and then work from there. And then, as the program continues to grow, hopefully the goal would be to open up more spots so we could get more people into the program. But right now, there's no wait list. It's just more being, if someone wants 30 hours, getting them as close to 30 hours in the program with the availability we have open in the program.
Mhm.
Because some days, like, we could have, like, on a Thursday afternoon, today's our light day, so we only have 16 clients who come in the afternoon. So there's still a bunch more spots, but on Monday mornings is our busy day where there's really no room for anybody else to join just for staffing reasons.
Mhm. Okay.
And I don't come on Mondays or Fridays.
Yeah, so Gabby doesn't come on Mondays or Fridays because it works best for her schedule.
Yes.
That's when she does her other classes.
So, Alyssa, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but
Yes.
one of the parents, her daughter will turn 22 in 2 years, and that's
Yes.
when she might be interested in community life. So will we have space? It's hard to know, right?
Yeah, it's hard to know. And 22 isn't like the minimum age. I don't think you'd have to wait till she's 22. So she doesn't have to wait till she's really, I think, Catherine, you probably can answer that better than me. I think our minimum age requirement is 18, right?
Right, you just have to be 18 to be involved at Chapel
So she
Haven.
doesn't have to wait until she's 22 to join the program. That just happens to be our youngest participant, but we would take participants as long as they're 18 and have graduated high school. Is that the rule, Catherine? Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. Okay. That's what I thought. So
Mhm.
she wouldn't have to wait till she's 22 to come.
And
Yeah,
the thing I really like about this program is you can sort of mix and match. You can just try a little bit of it in the beginning and see if you like it, and then you ramp up to more time in the program.
And we offer too a trial week for anyone who is seriously interested and would like to come, but that's through admissions too. So just looking at the community life program costs, so it's a little tricky. So these are our hourly billing rates below. So this is based on a monthly period. So if you were to come 3 hours a week, which is a half a day, it would be $156.25 for the whole month. And then if you look, it just goes so on based on how many hours you attend the program. And we do accept state funding, and I work with the state
My
case.
family pays for me to be in this.
Yeah, so there are some private pay, people who pay privately, and then there are also families who work with the state of Connecticut, and I work with the caseworker directly, where we go to those meetings, and we work on goal setting if you have a caseworker, and we kind of the state caseworker is kind of more they have the control over how many hours the state will give you towards the program. Unfortunately, I'll always go to bat for somebody for more hours, but I just don't control how many hours the state will give you. But the caseworker kind of has the law and uses all that information to determine how many hours of funding the state will give you. But I'm always willing to reach out to the state on somebody's behalf and try to get state funding and hours for them. So that's a big part of my role as the manager.
Excellent.
And then that's kind of the end of the presentation. So if anybody has any questions, and I also wanted to say that I have our handbook, which anyone could take my email down, and they could feel free to email me, and I can send them a copy of our handbook, a copy of our calendar, if they'd like to see that in depth.
I know about that handbook, the rules of
Yeah.
the handbook.
Yep, the hand.
I've been in the
We did have a question, how do we get started if we're interested? And that would be, you would contact us through admission@chapelhaven.org. And I'll put that in the chat. We do have an admissions process that involves an online application and sending some testing so that we can take a look at an individual and see what their needs are. And then do you guys do, I should know this, Alyssa, but do you do like a sample visit in CLP?
No, we offer a week trial.
A week trial, yeah.
Yep.
So that's really helpful too.
Yep.
Anybody else have a question? Otherwise, we're going to conclude. But I really want to thank Alyssa. Great job. And let's give the camera for a quick minute to Gabby.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Gabby. You did a great job.
Welcome.